The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
And I'm here with Ebony and Nick.
Hi.
Hello. As part of Ebony Buckle.
Yeah. Just my name.
We were just chatting about this up there.
Yeah.
So how did Ebony Buckle come about? And I don't mean you, physically.
Well, I was birthed into the... No. Well, it just started sort of as some songs that I had written, and so we thought we'll call it Ebony Buckle. But Nick has always played with me and sort of written music with me and recorded all of our music. So he's not mentioned in the name of the band.
Ebony Buckle and Nick.
Yeah, Ebony Buckle and Nick.
But it's Ebony's story.
Okay.
So that's why.
I think, I do often say, do you want to be in the name? But he says no.
Okay.
I'm standing on his foot at the time. I just kick you under the table. Yeah.
No.
Do you want to be in the... No. But I think because the songs kind of come from my brain and they're kind of quite... it's sort of, I guess...
Personal.
The brand is Ebony Buckle.
Yeah, it's really...
The tracks, listening to them, tell an amazing story. And, how does it work in terms of... Does each track tell a different amazing story? Or are they all linked into one big story?
Both. I reckon it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because it is very biographical, although the characters in the stories, I'm talking on your behalf, the characters in the stories have their life of their own, so the song has a life of its own.
Yeah.
But it is all part of Ebony's life, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the really cool thing about it. That's why I love it, is because every song has its own approach, depending on how I interpret, adding music and recording process, that kind of thing.
Do you guys interpret it differently?
I think I sort of come with the idea, and they're often they're either stories inspired by things from my life. I think Golden Sand is it's based on a photograph I found my brother and I playing in the sea by the seaside in Australia.
Amazing.
And I was very homesick, and that came out of that. Whereas the Selkie song is written about a Selkie, so it's I love that kind of fantastical idea. And then Susan is my imaginary best friend, Susan the Raptor. So there's
Throw that in there. Slip that in there.
In a minute.
Yeah.
Casually, yeah.
I didn't really answer that question, but so I sort of come with the kind of this is the song to a point, and then we kind of we turn it into a fully polished song, I guess. Nick's really good at finding the actual structure, I guess, and what things should sound like. And especially when we're recording, if I come in and say, I think I'd like it to sound like Stardust at this point. And he's like, yeah, sure.
I'll just do this.
Yeah.
It's the plugging for Stardust.
Yeah. Stardust.
And it's there.
Yeah.
So the stories are all kind of your own, I guess, which I didn't expect. I'm quite surprised by that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I think I was listening and I was just imagining total fantasy characters.
Oh, that's good.
Total, took me to another planet and made me think of things that I wish would exist but don't.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, they do. They just exist in...
Someone did say once,
Ebony's head.
you kind of go into a world and there's
100%.
just whatever,
Alan was like, we're done now. I was like, no, we're not.
What happened? And then what happened?
I want to know the end of the story.
Yeah, we do have a lot of, we've got one about space invasion and an interdimensional whale and... Yeah.
Totally mental, but in a good way.
Yeah. But really emotionally, I don't know. I think you can sort of tell those stories, and then for some reason you can still connect to them because they're still familiar, even if they're made up about. I mean, if they're about made up things, sci-fi works.
So.
You connect to sci.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer quite a lot at the moment.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I missed it in my teen years, and but I think there's something about it being. There's always universal themes of love and heartbreak, but it's just told in a really.
I think I just thought
way,
she's just got an ace imagination.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't want to boast, but it's very busy. It's very busy.
Lots of tabs open.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like,
lots of tabs. You should see the apps on a phone. There's about 40 open. And you should really close them off. Your phone's getting kind of hot. And then Chrome comes up. Whoa.
Nothing compared to my brain. I do sometimes think do we have to have this existential crisis right now? Like, just concentrate on what you're actually doing in real life.
Yeah.
Not to sound braggy, I'm very deep, but no.
I think it's great, and to be able to translate that into your music is so awesome as well.
Thanks.
Can we talk about Susan?
Yes.
Yeah.
So who is Susan?
So she kind of came out one night after too much Prosecco.
Okay.
And I named her Susan.
Okay.
She's my imaginary best friend, and her full name is Susan the Raptor.
Okay. Yeah.
So she's just...
So wait, this isn't even a childhood thing?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I had two imaginary
that's
best
cute
friends.
if it's childhood.
Yeah. No.
It really wasn't, no.
Sadly.
This is 2 years
No,
ago?
that was John and Fiona were my imaginary best friends in childhood.
Cool.
Yeah. No, Susan came about... How long ago do you reckon?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. 4 years?
No, it wasn't 4 years ago. No, it was 2.
In the past 2 to 4 years.
It was 2 years.
Susan
in the brain,
emerged.
4 years out. That's fine.
Yeah, she's just... I mean, yeah, it's hard to explain what she is. She's kind of almost like my alter ego as well, I'd say.
That's quite cool. Do you ever talk to her?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah. Oh, I'm taking too long to answer this. I don't know. I kind of just know she's there.
Okay. Is she part of the songwriting process too?
Yeah.
It's like telepathy. She doesn't have to say anything, so it's just kind
I
of
needed to write a
translating.
song for her to
As a dedication.
Yeah, as a dedicate
Yeah.
a song to her called Susan. So she's pleased now. She's
So the first time that you brought Susan to the table, I mean, like in terms of a song, and Nick, you heard it. What was your reaction?
Well, that one we actually wrote together.
Okay, cool.
And I was dressed in a dinosaur onesie.
Amazing.
Yeah. We've actually got a video of the first time we wrote it.
Yeah, there was some gin involved.
There was some gin involved.
Okay,
and it was just, it just came out really, because I wanted to write, I'd been trying to write it for ages and it just wasn't going right. And then we just started with like, Susan, you're my best friend. And it kind of went from there.
I don't find any of this wacky. At all. I
think it's really cool.
I think it's really inventive. Like you said, it's like an imaginative thing.
Absolutely.
And if you can tap into that, it's just endless. There's limitless possibilities. Yeah. And I did like a commercial music course when I was in uni, and everything was just so finite. And this is the opposite. It's the polar opposite.
Yeah.
And so it's just refreshing to be able to be involved with that, with Ebony doing her thing.
And we'd be ripping up the carcasses of lonely stegosauruses. La 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 la. We go out, we go out. La 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 la. We go out, we go out. I've been thinking lately, where you are, where you are, where you are, where you are. I've been thinking lately, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who
Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
I kind of imagine it to be this like opening tune on a kids' TV show.
Oh my gosh.
And do you know what? The kids...
I actually said that earlier, and I was like, "Is that really insulting?"
No, because this is nostalgic.
It's really,
hopefully. 100%.
It's really playing well with that kind of like
That
2 to 4 demographic.
Yeah.
Any of my friends who have kids are like they won't stop listening. Like they have to.
Amazing.
And they keep. And my friend the other day,
I think it's great.
He's like her son's been saying Susan. And before he said mummy.
Is that Jasper?
Yeah.
Jasper. Oh, Jasper.
So she's quite popular. I think because she's a dinosaur as well, it makes her.
Yeah. I think it's so cool.
Thank you. I don't know if I explained who she is well enough. It's hard to explain. She's either my drunk alter ego or my imaginary best friend.
Depending on like when and how.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
If that helps.
And that song is about to be released.
It's out.
It's out just now. Okay, cool.
It's out and there's a video.
Video out too.
So you can see me and Susan dancing around London.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I really want to capture this imagery of Susan.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, please. It's it was great. We got turned from a lot of we wanted to film inside some nightclubs, but we got told it wasn't fancy dress night, so we got turned away. And I was like, how dare you? Oh, yeah, fair enough. That's,
Yeah, they're quite hard on the...
looking at what we're wearing, I do understand.
I don't know, like stag do's kind of thing. I got dressed up in a turtle outfit and I was not allowed in a comedy club in Leicester Square. But it was just you two. They went on a stag do. They looked pretty okay, so... Yeah,
one of us was a dinosaur, but...
That's fine, you know?
That's fine.
You're allowed to do that, surely. Is there a dress code? No?
Yes.
Yes, there is.
For future reference, there is a dress code.
And now we know, so yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just hire the venue next time.
Wow.
And rent a crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've also done quite a bit of artwork to link with the songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I say quite a bit, there's quite a lot.
Is that on Instagram?
Yeah.
I like to Photoshop myself in space with raptors is the main thing. But we'll call it artwork in quotation marks.
So what comes first, the song or the artwork?
Definitely the song.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually I've been working with a really amazing artist called Rosie Emerson. So she does quite a lot. You might have seen quite a bit of that on my feed as well. And she's going to be doing my next projects as well.
So cool.
Because I had this big dream this year that I would... Like we're making an album, and with that I would do a piece of art for each. And I can't say a piece of art without laughing at myself but then anyone can be an artist. Okay, I'm just going into a bit of a spiral.
No, carry on.
But anyone can be an artist. But it just feels weird to say like, I'm going to make a piece of art for each song. And then I actually went down and sat and tried to do it, and was like, I think I need to hire a professional at art. So I'm going to get her to do it. But yes, I do love trying to express the songs, because I think the thing with the songs is that each one is its own story, and it's kind of like each one has its own sort of fairy tale. Or my dream is to make a kind of an art book to go with the lyrics.
So cool.
Each
so
character,
it's sort of a story. Yeah.
So.
The idea of the album is sort of it's going to be like a concept of, I guess, just stepping into Ebony Buckle world and all of the people that you meet on the way, all the characters that are in there. Yeah, so that's...
it makes me wonder if there's all this going on in your head, like how much space there is for other normal stuff. Like day to day, like really trivial stuff.
And so the song, it spills out, and it spills out onto the page, and that's a song. So there's things in there that we just won't know for a while until it gets topped up. And
I kind of imagine it to be like this box with loads of stuff in it, and then every now and again the lid kind of
something crawls out and goes, I'm free.
Exactly.
Just like crying in a corner. No, look.
It's the trap.
The real world is can be stressful.
Yeah, no, of course.
For anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always felt it's it can be full on.
Kind of is a nice escape.
Yeah, it
yes,
is.
It's a nice escape.
And I think it is an outlet to deal with your whatever's going on in your head.
Yeah.
And I think most people need something to
Absolutely
express themselves.
Well, I think
for
for you, maybe it's making the music, but for other people, it's listening to the music and taking them to that parallel universe where
and
Susan the
hoping they
Rapture
can
is
sort of
the thing
connect. Come with us.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
On a journey through time and space.
Absolutely, I would.
Excellent. So I think it's definitely an outlet for me to make sense of myself, I guess.
Cool. No, I think that's
My
great.
brain.
And there's an album coming soon?
Yes, well, early next year we're thinking. So we've started it this year, and we're using platform Patreon. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I've heard about it through other artists,
Yeah, so we started in January, and I think we've got 25 patrons now.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's really lovely. So it's like an online subscription thing. Yeah. And every month to the patrons we're releasing a song from the album, and like we do a live show and we do lots of different things. So
that's such a cool idea.
I think it's a really lovely way to, I think with the way the music industry is, where it's so you either need to have a huge amount of funding in order to get sort of any traction or scene, or you've got to get really lucky, but I think there's always going to be people out there who want to listen to your kind of music, and you just got to find them, and if you can get them directly and create like a community around it. Yeah, so it's been lovely and got a nice group of people.
It's it creates a launch pad for the album, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they can feel invested because they've heard some of the songs and they've been on the journey with us, which is cool. Yeah, so it's going well. It's exciting. We've booked in some studio time this week.
Oh.
Monday, Wednesday. Yeah. New song and old song with some changes, I think. Yeah. And then, we'll see how it goes from there.
Do you ever come in with an idea for a song and you kind of go, sorry, what?
No, Nick's amazing. Nick's always just like, yep.
Never.
Cool.
I'm on board, I get it.
I don't think you can do that. I think there's a reason why someone makes a song.
Absolutely.
And the idea is the most important thing, like the concept or the theme or whatever. You just got to see the good in things.
Yep.
And I think people can be really negative about a lot of things.
100%.
Without understanding really what it means.
And if you do that early on, then you kind of shut down
that creative process.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then it limits what you do. So that's why I kind of like everything that she does, because it's all gravy. It's all good.
Gravy.
It's all gravy.
Not heard you say that.
No, but I'm just thinking about it.
Okay. I'm trying to bring it in.
Gravy train.
It's your catchphrase.
No, it's really nice. I like that because again, I was so cynical about music, and I'm just not now. There's no need. It's all really kind of imaginative and fun and kind of unhinged, I think is the word I'm trying to say.
Like me.
Yeah, like you. No, it's just great. There's just so much material.
Yeah.
And you do have a lot of material. Which is amazing. So we can really kind of stretch the future, and if you want to change your songs and your genres and things, like we've got a lot of ammunition to throw into the pot.
So for the album, is it going to be a case of picking the right songs for the album that fit, or have you got that in mind?
So.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm getting a structure in my head now, but it feels like we've had a lot of songs kind of hanging around for a while, and I really want to get them out so that there's room for
So you're running out of space.
I mean, the hard drive's a bit full. I feel like there's some things like you just need to get them out and release them. And I want to make an album so that I want to make a vinyl, and so you can look back one day and be like, I made that.
I did this.
Not just on an online, I love doing singles, but I think I want to have them
tangible, something in your hand you can hold and go, wee.
And then we can fix the record player, and then we can play it. So those are the steps.
And then you can dance around with Susan.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You say we
She's
fix the record player.
Is that a hint?
Yeah, it's a royal we.
I mean, yeah. There's a picture in my book, a picture I think you took. I must have been 5 or 7. In my purple frilly togs, my hair wet and waterclogged. and his bucket hat all tied with ribbons. And all around is golden sand and water in between, like rivers. And all you see is golden sand. And he and I, we're on top of the water. In this picture in my book, there's you and your blonde hair, just flying in the early evening, and your phantom parents tread, leaving footprints where you fled. But we are safe and you're not leaving. And all around is golden sand and water in between, like rivers. And all you see is golden sand. And he and I, we're on top of the water. Warm light, warm light, warm light, warm light covered our skin. So there's this picture in my book, and I hope to find a little of the love that's in my look as I stare at you. And he smiles at you, and we're on top of the water.
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
So when you guys perform live on stage, is it just you two?
Yeah, we have different versions. So there is us that we do quite a lot, but we also have a beautiful set of people. So we have sometimes a trio with a lovely girl called Gemma who sings. So we have 3-part harmonies then.
Oh, wow.
Or we have an amazing drummer called Laura who plays drums, obviously. And then we've got a wonderful bass player and singer called Matt, who is actually Nick's twin brother.
Identical twin brother.
Identical twin brother, yeah. So it's like surround sound. So we do, when we do...
Burns in stereo.
When we have the full setup, we've got 5-piece with 4-part harmony. And
Cool.
it's really fun. And I want to, I don't know, my dream is to bring some more synth stuff in, but that's...
No, I mean, that's good.
And maybe a cello.
Wow.
I'd love like a full orchestra.
She always wants
Brass
more.
band.
More.
A dance troupe. We're going to do Cirque du Soleil, basically.
Yeah. Back in dinosaurs, and just like, let's see how far we can really push this.
Yeah.
So plans for the year are album, very much so.
Yeah.
Album, and we've got a few
gigs?
singles coming out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Gigs wise, I think we're going to wait a bit to book them. We just recently had a our own show at the Camden Chapel. So that was like our...
Gutted we missed that.
Yeah, it was really fun. So I think we'll probably later towards the end of the year. We might do some So Far Sound shows, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really want to focus on getting the album done and ready. And we've got some music videos to shoot as well for the singles that are coming out. So that's going to be fun.
Troubadour maybe at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll just have a strategy meeting while we're we're on the radio. Great, I'll write that down.
Hang on, let me just make a note.
Yeah. Put that on the agenda.
My next question was actually going to be, where do you guys still want to play? So that's already answered it.
Yeah, definitely the Troubadour. We've played there before, it's great.
Yeah.
And I'd love to we played the Pheasantry a few years ago.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that again.
Yeah.
Pizza Express in Holborn is also
and
really
this is
good
big
too.
dreams, but the
God.
Union
The bigger the
Chapel,
better.
yeah.
Oh, Union Chapel.
Union Chapel.
Oh, wow.
I saw Kate Miller-Heidke there a few years ago, and that was
Ooh.
phenomenal.
It's just a really inspiring atmosphere.
It's a place to put a full orchestra. I saw
Sound,
Narina
yeah.
Palo there with a full
Wow.
orchestra, and it was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Just
really good.
goosebumps like
That's
the whole
amazing,
time.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Very
phenomenal. And I'd love to do more. We've done a few festivals, but I think...
Dream Festival?
No.
No, as in like,
Oh.
do you have a Dream Festival?
I was like, I haven't heard of Dream Festival, but it sounds right up my...
Someone's going to coin it and they're going to make
Yeah.
a Dream Pop Festival, and then that's
Wait,
it.
we can have our own strategy meeting here
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Dream Festival.
Dream Festival. I don't know.
There must
There's
be
one in
that you
Denmark
like.
I want to play at, but I can't remember the name of it. And I'd like to play Woodford Folk Festival in Australia.
Woodford Folk Festival.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. We're doing really well
We'll
here.
do more research and then come back to you.
Can we get back to you on that one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff coming up in the near future. Really exciting.
Busy time.
If we want to find out more about you, where can we go? What can we do?
So we're pretty everywhere on social media. We've got Facebook, which is Ebony Buckle Official.
Yeah.
Instagram's Ebony Buckle Official. Twitter, which I don't really use, but it's there, is Ebony Rose Buckle. And then if you want to check out our Patreon, it's patreon.com/ebonybuckle. Website's ebonybuckle.com. We're all over YouTube. Yeah, so that's
A thing.
They're the
That's-
links.
yeah.
They're the links.
that's all of the links, I think.
And
We're
we
on
would,
Spotify.
And we would love to come back and do this again, because
Yeah,
we love the
it's been
day
so much
and the
fun.
format's lovely. You guys are great. And
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's lovely.
Thank
It's
you.
nice to...
Can I ask one more question about Patreon? Is that right?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Is there like a deadline on it? How does it work?
So it can be like for as long as you
Forever.
want, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's two options. So you can either charge per project
Yeah.
or monthly. So I'm doing the monthly one at the moment. So people can pay like $2, $5. I think I've got $2, $5, $10, $25. Yeah, there's tiers, and with each tier there's a different level of access. So like
Okay.
I'm doing a poem a week, and I'm doing every time I write a new song, I put like sort
Wow.
of the rough video up of that,
Okay.
share like just behind the songs a bit more and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So yeah, it's anyone can join at any time.
Cool.
Yeah,
I have to say, what you guys are doing is really awesome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
And I
much.
love that there's like this kind of parallel world that's being created at the
Excellent.
same
So
time.
glad
Yep.
you're getting that.
Welcome.
No, 100%.
Welcome to my
so
world.
great.
Because have you seen the OA at all?
No.
Which is Brit Marley. It's on Netflix. It's all about
I will check that out.
other dimensions and
Yeah.
things. And I love that idea of there just being whole other worlds. And
100%, and I totally agree with the fact that like sometimes things do get a bit intense, and it is nice to just kind of escape to that parallel world, whatever that
Yeah.
parallel world is for you.
yeah, yep, that's the whole thing. Yeah,
Yep, that's me.
we've built it, and now everyone can come in.
No, it's
hang
great,
out.
and the fact that you're willing to share that, because I think
Yeah,
everyone to a certain extent has a parallel world, but it's
Definitely.
the sort of like letting it escape out of your brain and sharing it with other people and being brave enough to share it with other people.
well, yeah,
I think it's really admirable, 100%.
Well, thank you.
I agree.
That really means a lot.
I would agree.
Yeah, I think when when you sometimes you hear a song and you don't really know what it's about, but for some reason it makes complete sense to you, and yeah, hopefully we can do that for some other people as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming in.
Thank you for
very
having us.
much for having us. Thanks so much.
just a child, oh a child, oh a child, when he heard her cry. She was standing as the waves, oh the waves, oh the waves crashed about her, and the wind whipped at her face, oh her face, oh her face, and he heard her cry. And the years went rolling by, rolling by, rolling by. He grew older, and it took for him a wife, oh his wife. She was sweet and fair, and she gave to him a child, oh a child, oh a child, and he loved them. But at night he heard the sound, oh the sound of the wild, and he heard her cry. Save me from this silent ocean, save me from the deep, save me from this silent ocean, save me from the deep. Tiptoe at night he vanished out the back door, down across the pebbles to where the ocean meets the shore, stood in